What is up, honeys? It is KBC, and I am back with yet another video, you guys. So you guys have been wanting me to talk about this Tasha K, Cardi B thing. You guys know that I covered this. Like I said, I'm not new to this situation. We've been talking about this literally since 2017, 2018. So I'm going to give my thoughts on Tasha K's statement that she put out. I'm also going to give my thoughts on Star Marie doing an interview with Octavius Prime. We're going to get into all of that. So before we get into all of that, definitely make sure you thumbs up this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video, and let's get started. Where do I start, y'all? Where do I start? Tasha K. Did y'all hear the statement? I mean, did you try to mirror that I have a dream that one day I won't take accountability for anything that I put out on that channel that I have. I have a dream that one day they trying to keep a black woman down. That's all I got from that whole that whole statement. I mean, a lot of y'all were saying it was gaslighting, and I would have to agree that that's what that was. I mean, just no accountability. Like, she just was on there to sum it up that, the people that was reporting wasn't necessarily telling the truth. The transcripts is gonna come out. Just all kind of stuff that I feel like she just gaslighted her way all over the place. But not to mention why I felt like that was just straight trifling, for her to try to say it was a machine also that was out to try to take her down. Because I'm gonna get into all of that on why that don't even make sense. Tasha K, and a lot of people is in disbelief. Tasha K is on audio saying that she felt, I said, if you go to the video that I just put out on this channel, she did an interview with me, and I said, I feel that interview that you did with Star Marie about Cardi B was slander. She said, I agree that it was slander too. She should sue the B. That's her words. Okay? Her words. Her justification for that original interview was she felt like it was already viral, and that what I got from it was she felt like she was not going to be held responsible because it was already viral. So kind of like that's on Star Marie. I just gave her the platform to tell the story about the whole situation. That's what I got from that. If y'all didn't hear that, I don't know what's the debate about. She knew that that's what it was from the beginning. Out of her own mouth, she's saying this. So I don't know what the confusion is. She agreed that it was slander. Out of her own mouth. Okay, it's no refuting. It's out of her own mouth. Now, let's talk about her statement. About the media and the machine trying to keep a melanated woman down. I think that Tasha K represents a large population of melanated women that definitely should get counseling. I really do. And the reason that I say this, Tasha K on her own channel has mentioned being dark skinned, and nobody has mentioned nothing about her being dark skinned. I'm a dark skinned woman, I'm a black woman. Like, she uses that a lot. And I really, it just is cringeworthy when I see people of color, melanated people, using that card to take accountability in situations. And furthermore, I don't believe there's any machine out to get a Tasha K. And let me tell you why. Tasha K, her content falls in line with what they would like for melanated women. And what do I mean by that? Tasha K's content is no different than the risque content that they have on reality TV. Like the kind of, they put melanated woman in a stereotypical like character, okay? Loud, ratchet, hood rat type of role, okay? So do you honestly think that they wouldn't want to push that culture so that melanated women don't graduate from that stereotype? Or do you think, because I mean, a lot of people, they keep on trying to compare Tasha K to Cardi B, and they say that, oh, Cardi B is not an angel. I don't necessarily agree with Cardi B's music or, all of the stuff that Cardi B does, but Cardi B is owning what she's doing. Tasha K is now trying to be Martin Luther King and civil rights leader movement, and she doesn't represent anything like that. What she's doing is a total disgrace to her people. A total disgrace. You're actually representing the stereotype that they wish to push this hood rat, ignorant type of stuff that they want. Why? Because it causes destruction to the melanated woman. Why? Because it causes a lot of melanated women to not get married. Why? Because it causes women to be everything but modest. Okay? That's what Tasha K's content causes. Okay? So I don't see them trying to prevent her from continuing her foolishness. They let her sit on this platform for years doing this foolishness. And you don't think that other celebs was contacting these folks about this? They have whole channels, okay? People have to realize every person had a day for judgment, okay? She sat up on her platform. She mocked God. Y'all want to talk about all this BLK woman stuff and, oh, they trying to keep a melanated woman down. Nah. But was not having that same energy when she was making fun of Derek Jackson's wife for getting cheated on, okay? Did not have the same energy when she was getting joy out of people's marriages breaking up and all this other stuff. No. So miss us with this civil rights activist BS she was trying to put up there, okay? You're nothing like the freedom fighters and the people who actually gave so that their people could be advanced. And let's just be clear. They would never allow a person that was edifying their people, telling truth to their people, to reach 1 million subscribers. And if in fact they did reach 1 million subscribers, you know where they're going with that. What happened to Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, and the people that really had influence like that? Ma'am, they don't care about the ignorant stuff that you're putting up because you feed what they want for the people, which is destruction. Now, let's move past that. Because I want to get to the point of what I think Tasha K's original problem was with Cardi B. And I think that this goes back to Tasha K's trauma in her childhood. I could see the pathology of this all day. And this is just my opinion. Okay? Tasha K being a darker skinned woman and how society treats darker skinned people, where she could have been bullied in school. People could have said she looked funny. People still call her little Boosie to this day. Okay? They make fun of how she looks to this day. So Tasha K, like many other people, use social media to validate herself in a lot of areas for self-esteem purposes. People look at them likes and them things, and it pulls like, I would say it sends dopamine and stuff to the brain, and they just do more and more for likes and likes. So then enters Cardi B, who is a lighter individual. And, Tasha having that as maybe what she went through as a child, where the lighter skinned person is boosted, maybe her being darker in tone caused some issues. So fast forward, her becoming an adult, she projects her insecurities as a person that could be deeper in tone onto a person that's lighter in tone. Because I'm trying to wrap my head around why when somebody send you 3 cease and desist notices, you just don't listen to none of that. You knew what the person was saying. It's almost like, and this is how I'm gonna have this segue into what I really think is going on here. And I think that the initial thing was jealousy, and it was like jealousy on the Cardi B aspect of it, right? You had 2 bitter people that is dealing with trauma, that being maybe Tasha and Star Marie. Tasha, like I said, could have went through whatever she went through in childhood, grew up to project that onto people, right? That person, the target of that was Cardi B. Then you had Star Marie. Star Marie has said that she has went through some things in her life. You know, she mentioned on the interview she did with Octavius Prime that she was homeless at one point and was just going through a lot of things. So you're looking at a person like a Cardi B, that's the Cinderella rags to riches story, and you're mad at that, like, why wasn't that me? People got to start addressing what their real problems is, because y'all don't really want to talk about it. Star Marie claimed, oh, I didn't want to be a rapper. I didn't know, you know, that video of me talking about Cardi B was going to go viral. And a lot of people is, you know, it just baffles me that they're like, what is Cardi B's problem with these people speaking about her in this way? Cardi B, at that point in time, had just gained a lot of media success. So here you have this crabbing, since we want to talk about trying to keep melanated people down and all this other, you know, stuff, right? You have this crab in a bucket mentality where you have a bitter person that did not make it, that came from the same maybe environment as a Cardi B. So she literally vocalized this. This girl has vocalized this in a lot of ways. So literally, to me, I view both of these people, Star and Tasha, as people to me that like are full of themselves. And they are full of themselves in a lot of ways. Star Marie, to me, seems like a bitter person that is mad that she did not make it in the way that Cardi B has made it. And a lot of people will be like, oh, that's easy to say, but why did you come out of the woodwork to say anything about Cardi B? If you are so happy and fulfilled in your life, right? You know, she mentioned on an interview with Octavius Prime that she was venting about this on her personal page. And it, you know, it seems like people was going on her personal page, putting this stuff out, which, you know, okay. But it just seems like she was tap dancing and trying to avoid accountability for what she said about Cardi B. Because, okay, and this is the thing that is so cringeworthy about this whole thing. And I'm getting ready to get to this. How both of these two are trying to make this like, oh, I was doing this for black women. Really? You was doing this for melanated women? And if you hear Star Marie on this interview with this dude, you constantly hear, oh, I have, you know, fine hair. Oh, you know, it's Native American in my family. And, you know, I'm just a person of integrity. So you was a person of integrity, but you was a stripper? Like, make it make sense. Like, you sold moral values, but you was a stripper? Like, you got to just be real about stuff. And I'm not judging people who do that as a profession, but you got to just be honest about a lot of stuff. Don't try to make yourself seem moral and then say you was a dancer at the same time. And, you know, say that you're about melanated women as a cover, because they know, I'm going to tell you what it is. They know the pathology and the sensitivity of people of color. So they try to hide jealousy behind the fact that, oh, this is about melanated women. And I told y'all this years ago, that they tried to use that roach comment and that monkey comment that supposedly Cardi B said about folks as a way to justify, to try to make her seem like she doesn't like melanated people. And I told y'all, and I'm tired of country folks who do not understand the culture of New York City speaking on that. That has nothing to do with a person not liking a person because of their color. In New York, you know what the street slang and the street culture is. In New York, some of the women are a little bit more aggressive, and the culture is you talk crazy. It's blank you, your mother, and your mother's mother, whatever. When I see you, it's on sight. So you talking about that sort of culture, and you're trying to make it into civil rights kind of gym type of vibes. Just knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off. If you from New York, you know, I might call somebody a possum. I might call somebody a rooter, possum. Like you clearly know that in the hood, a lot of women refer to other women in that type of tone, okay? Calling them names. If you don't like somebody, you're going to call them the lowest form of creature, okay? Let's just stop. Knock it off. Knock it off, okay? But to try to, I'm speaking for all the women in the injustices of melanated women. Ma'am, if you had a beef with them back in the day and they cashed you like a check, I'm sorry that happened to you. But you're going to have to move on. They literally should put out a policy to stop these hating folks when you get on. If they speak on you in a negative fashion, and it's always, I used to know. Like, you knowing somebody in the past, you don't know them now. So you irrelevant now because you don't know them in this moment that they're in. It should be a law for that. Because that's all she did. But the crazy part, the interview, y'all, is like 6 hours and change. I wasn't watching all that. The interesting part of what Star Marie said was that she almost, to me, in my opinion, tried to put blame on bloggers like Lovely T. So it was Lovely T's fault that you went viral, and Lovely T decided, as a blogger who covers news, to talk about the story. You're mad at that. So it's no accountability for your comments about the monostat. There's no accountability for your comments about the her. There's no accountability about none of that. And supposedly every time, a real question was asked about, did you know when you went viral? Oh, I blacked out. I don't know. I didn't know I went viral. And, this is just, I didn't want people talking about me, but I'm gonna come out of the woodwork as Tasha K is taking this big L to try to once again clout chase. But I didn't want to clout chase, but I want to name drop a A-list celebrity that at the time was bubbling, and I'm a vent about them on my page because it's like the person, she got so much venom. But the thing that tripped me out, y'all remember she brought up the fact that people was trying to say that she was putting the voodoo on Lovely T from back in the day. It was like a rumor going around about that back in the day. And she, I don't practice any of that, but if I know about Oshun and the rest of that, and I speak on that. But it's like a lot of people, I'm gonna tell you, a person don't have to look spooky to be into and this is just in general. I'm not really talking about Star Marie or Tasha K with this statement. A person don't have to look spooky or look like a witch to be into witchcraft. Jealousy is a form of witchcraft. You spending your time and energy wishing the downfall of another person is a form of witchcraft. Okay? Since Star Marie claimed that she read the Bible, ma'am, it's in there. Okay? So this to me is coming off as a sign of intense jealousy, because it's like, go away. If you don't want to go viral, go away. You claim you ain't want a rap career, but mighty funny that at the time that video was going viral, it was that video where she was like this in the small Nike tracksuit and all that. It's just like, go away. Go away. You was talking about what you thought about Cardi B's music, because I remember hearing her speak on that, like, she's not all that or whatever. And it's just like, why can't women just respect the fact when they see another person doing something successful. We have a culture, since people want to talk about this black women stuff, a lot of black women have a culture of being jealous and parasitic over other people. And it's due to trauma. It's due to them not being happy about things in their own life. And me as a woman, I have experienced other women just trying to come for me because they're unhappy in their own life. Whether they don't have a man, they haven't done things to manifest good things in their life because they have not put in the groundwork to get those things started. And they sit around and they blame other people for their problems. And I feel like this is exactly what this is. Tasha took no accountability for putting that bizarre, giving even airtime to somebody that clearly was jealous of Cardi B. With all this unsubstantiated stuff. And she's like, I don't understand. And then it just, like I said, it's cringe that now they want to make it seem like this is somehow the machine that wants to not get them to tell stories. And because they're poor, all of a sudden now you can't tell your story. Yeah, right. Anybody that's telling the truth in any type of way, y'all see what they do to these people. These people do not reach 1 million subscribers. You see these people got to make all kind of pages and the rest of this stuff. And this situation had nothing to do with that. Both of these individuals have said sideways stuff about Cardi B that, of course, due to this court case, we have found out was not true. And neither one of them want to take accountability for what they said about Cardi B. So, excuse me. Jealousy all day, not wanting to take accountability, and now you want to play the Vic when you really was responsible for trauma that was caused to another person. Like I said, Star Marie was talking about something way back in the day, like a beef or something that was supposedly happened way back in the day. Ma'am, you got to get counseling for that so that you can move on with your life, ma'am. We should not be in 2022 still talking about what happened supposedly with you and Cardi's entourage way back in the day, ma'am. Okay, you should be dealing with that in a counselor session, talking about that to move forward. You seen Cardi B paid a counselor to get her issues together. You need to do the same. All this time that these people is taking, like Tasha, that whole situation with Tasha in that statement, to me is like, girl, this is a clear, when you can't take accountability when you're wrong for something, and you've been proven to be wrong and liable on all counts. So to still be somewhere telling this tale, like, everybody is not lying about you. So you mean to tell me that the judge lied about you, the people that covered the situation lied about you, and then gonna say the transcripts is gonna come out? If the transcripts do come out, and this is why I say she don't really have nobody that's real riding for her, because they're trying to gaslight her as well and be yes men, instead of saying, ma'am, you don't want to dig yourself in a hole deeper than what you're already in. You got a whole nother hearing situation you got to go to, and this is what you chose to put out in between that for those people to look at you like, oh my God. And you really think with the type of content that you put out, we all know what type of content it is. You really think these conservative folks is going to really be like, oh yeah, you was justified in what you was saying? Absolutely not. I doubt it would even get to the Supreme Court. I don't know what, she think is going to become of that. But like Choke No Joke was saying on his video, that stuff hit real different in front of different types of people. And people of class would clearly look at that content that Tasha was putting out like trash. The trash that it was, okay? Tasha, since we talking about people of color and advancement for people of color, had every opportunity in the world, being that she had 1 million subscribers, to be influential in a positive way to young brown girls that was watching her. She chose to be in that ignorant category that causes the destruction of the people. So I don't understand what more people need from this whole situation. And Star Marie need to just stop. Now you want to blame the bloggers for a story that was already viral prior to it getting to the bloggers? And who's these people that you claim took the stuff from your page? You know who's, if you got a private page, which to me that's just straight crazy that you think anything that you put out on the internet is private. But okay, but the machine is out to get you. Tasha running with this whole conspiracy that the machine is out to get her, but on the other hand, on her own channel says she don't believe in conspiracies. Which one is it? It's KBC, y'all. That's my thoughts on this whole situation. I feel like both of them need to just move on, get counseling from this, and leave Cardi B alone. Because at a certain point, it becomes obsessive at a certain point. I got to go.
Hey honeys, thank you for watching my video, and if you haven't, definitely make sure you check out my Teespring, KingBritneyChanel Couture, where you can find my latest merch. I upload a lot of new designs frequently, so definitely make sure you check it out. We have mugs, we have wall tapestries, canvas art, pillows, fleece blankets, apparel, and so much more. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all on my next video.